Clouds are your friends when making microfilms. What do I mean by that? You're gonna find out in this video. We're gonna be talking about soft light, hard light, and diffusion. If you don't understand the qualities of light, then it's gonna be really, really difficult for you to tell a story with light, to deal with shadows, and to buy and rent lights that are going to work best for you and for your shoot. You're basically going to be guessing every single time you pick up a light or go outside and try and work with natural light, and we don't want you to be guessing. I'm Colette Nickel, the founder of Story Envelope Media, and you are watching The Micro Filmmaker. So today we are going to talk about the qualities of light so you can get them working for you. First thing you need to know is, what is hard light? Hard light is light whose rays all go in one single direction. So hard light doesn't bounce around, it creates stark shadows and it brings out the texture of any object or subject that you're filming. To demonstrate hard light, we are going to use a 1000 watt redhead. Pretty obvious why it's called a redhead. This is a 1000 watt light with barn doors. So if you are just looking online and you're trying to figure out what is a hard light, what is a soft light, and you see something with these barn doors, then you automatically know you're dealing with a hard light source. Now, you can take any hard light source and make it soft, which we're gonna look at in a minute. But first, right now, let's just take a look and see what this hard studio light looks like. All right, so we're looking at the exact same scene as before, except now we have a hard light right up here in the corner, shining light down on me. It is a much, much harsher light. And also, this is a total sidebar, but this light is insanely bright. So if you were working with a subject who is not an actor, who's just a regular human being, and you were interviewing them with this light right up here in the corner, first of all, it's insanely bright and incredibly intimidating because it kind of feels like you're gonna get beamed up by aliens any moment now, and it's also very, very hot. So if you put me under this light for longer than a couple minutes, I am going to be sweating big time. So what I've done is I've added diffusion and I've opened up the barn doors so that the source of light is much bigger. The larger the source of light, the softer it will be and the more it will wrap your subject. Here we can see that we have a much softer looking light. You can see the diffusion there. So this creates a much softer, more appealing, and more attractive light source, and it's much, much easier on your subject. It's still gonna be super hot, but it's actually not as hot once you have that diffusion in front of it. It is a lot less hot. So before we wrap up this video, let's quickly talk about how soft light manifests in nature and how you can use that to your benefit. Clouds act as natural diffusion. So if you go outside on a cloudy day, you have beautiful natural diffusion and you have a huge source of light, which is why the light is so soft. So as you can see, this is a diffuse look. The light is super soft and it kind of wraps around my face and there's not really any shadows. And this is because I have a beautiful diffuse light source. The sun is right up in front of me actually, but it's completely covered in clouds. And let's actually just reverse the shot. So as you can see, the sun is straight up there, but it is totally covered in clouds. Now you can take any hard light and turn it into soft light by adding diffusion. This is diffusion, this is diffusion, this is diffusion, and this is also diffusion. A softbox with before we go, I'm going to share one more trick with you, and that is bouncing light. So light is reflective, and that means you can take any hard light and bounce it off of a reflective surface and create soft light. So before we go, let's just take a look and see what it's like if we take this super strong light and bounce it off my ceiling. All right, so what we have done here is taking that hard light bounced it up on the ceiling. To be honest, it should actually be bounced like right more above my head, but it's not. And I only have the camera at, I think it's ISO 400 right now, and the f-stop is, I believe, 5.6. So this is actually creating a ton of soft light. So this can be a really, really nice way to create soft light that isn't going to burn your subject's eyeballs out of their sockets and wraps nicely around them. So as you can see, the light here is a lot softer. I also have a ice light over here with a tungsten filter to match the warmth of this light, and that just kind of fills in the side of my face a little bit. So things to remember that we've learned in this video today. Soft light is light whose rays bounce all over the place and wrap your subject, creating a warm, soft look. Hard light is light whose rays all go in one direction. This creates a harder look. And then finally, any hard light source can be turned into a soft light source by adding diffusion or by bouncing the light off of a reflective surface. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, and of course, go over to storyenvelope.com, which is my website, where you can start learning micro filmmaking. And you can take my course, 7 Superpowers. It's a free course where you learn 7 secrets that will help you get a more professional look for your videos and microfilms. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Hey, little voodoo child, you got me running.